This week at Edison Motors, I wanted to go over shop progress, where we're at with the teardown, where we're at with the new shop, and just what's going on for property development. To start with, on the teardown, we decided to go with a local company here. We looked at a few different options, from pulling the building over to the side. We looked at different ways of doing it, and we decided the best way was to go with local. And they've got an excavator with a third member shear, and what that is a big pincer. It's gonna come out and cut the beams, and then we needed a way to clean up the salvage. So the cleanup was actually a lot more expensive than the demolition work. Taking down the building is the easy part. Once you cut them and bring the beam down, it's getting rid of and cleaning up all those beams. So we looked around, and what I decided to do here was I bought a Cat 568 log loader. So Edison Motors purchased this, because rather than spending a couple $100,000 on the cleanup to basically bring out an excavator and a material handler, I thought a log loader basically works as a material handler. I'll go out and buy a log loader and we'll save hundreds of thousands of dollars on the cleanup work. So behind me, this is a forestry Cat log loader. It basically loads logging trucks, but the nice thing is it's got that grapple on it, so it can pick up, rotate, and move all of these beams, all these materials. So it's gonna work hand in hand in conjunction with the hydraulic shear. The shear can go up, it can cut them, and then the log loader can take the beams, move them aside, and Hardwork Industry is gonna be out there with their excavator, their loader. They're gonna start helping us sort through all of this thing. So it's really gonna be a three-way partnership between local, Edison, and Hardwork Industries. That's how we're gonna get this thing down there. And personally, I know there's a lot of debate that people have. Paying somebody to come out and do the job. Yes, we could pay a couple $100,000 and have somebody do all of this for us, but when you spend that money is gone. And in my mind, that's not an efficient use of investor money, because when you spend it, it just floats away. When you buy a physical asset like this log loader that, well, we spent about $100,000 on it, but this is a 2014, this is a big machine. It's got about 11,000 hours, so it's low hours. It was in roughly good shape, so we did have to get Riley out to go over a few things because, well, I guess, yeah, we bought it for $70,000 and we had to put about $30,000 of work into it, which we knew. And for the log loader, we got Riley here with Glacier Heavy Duty. We're just changing out a few things. These rollers were all seized up. These final drive sprockets, you can see here, there was not a lot of meat left on these things. Those things are sharp. So you see here, it's worn a fair bit this way. It's been oblonged a bit, and these teeth here are worn down into, well, really a sharp point on it. This one here is a new one. You can see what it's supposed to look like. It's thick, it's flat across the top, not pointed, and it's not worn right down into nothing. So these are wear components. Got the new one on there, and now we're good to go for a while. The tracks themselves are actually in pretty good shape. Like I said, they're tighter than we thought they were gonna be, so we don't need to change the full undercarriage. We're just doing rollers, drive sprocket. The front idler there was seized up on this side. This machine had sat for a little while, so got that unseized now, get it back in there. And the grapple here, we had to replace that cylinder. That was just busted, so that was no good. Had a new cylinder made, got that installed, and just reconnecting it. There's also some leaking hydraulic hoses, replace those hoses out, and should be good to go. So now that Riley's got this machine fixed up, we got the new drive sprockets, new rollers, new cylinders. He's tuned up some of the electric, replaced the leaking hydraulic lines. This machine is ready to go. So the plan is roughly the beginning of February, when local comes out, we're gonna work hand in hand together, and that gives us a few weeks. So we've got an engineer, architect guy coming out, and he's gonna look at all of the building material. We're kind of going over, what are we doing with all this material? We've got a lot of questions. How are you salvaging it? Are you saving it? We are going to salvage as much as we can, because we're gonna need a new office for our engineering. Number one, our merch store on the property here is relatively tiny. It's off to the side. Our engineers are crammed into the truck mechanic shop. We're gonna need a new office. We're gonna need a merch store. We're gonna need a parts counter, a sales room, all the things that a truck manufacturer and dealership need. So I don't wanna spend a lot of money on it. And we happen to have a lot of good material in here. So that architect engineer is gonna come out. We're gonna go through it. He's gonna see what we can salvage and put together a plan that works for us so we can save as much money as possible building the new office warehouse. So We are gonna use all of this. Anything that can be saved, we're gonna save it. We're gonna stockpile, we're gonna inventory that. And in the summer, we're building the new office with the material we already have here. So not only are we saving money on the cleanup by buying our own machine that we can then sell after the project to recoup our money back, we're also gonna be able to salvage all the wood in there and use that for our new office. So we're taking something here that's old and worn out, we're fixing it up, we're repurposing it, and we're gonna move back into the office, and that's going to save us hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, people always ask, how are we doing things so cost effectively? Other EV startups, electric vehicle startups have spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. They spend tens of millions building fancy offices or leasing huge offices. They spend a lot on buying the fanciest. They hire contractors for everything. We don't. We can buy an excavator. We can use this excavator and then we'll sell it when we're done and recoup our money back. We don't need to pay somebody to haul all this away for scrap metal. Let's get Kirk out. He's an expert in these kind of things. He can tell us what we can save and design a new shop around it. You don't need hundreds of millions of dollars to do this. You just got to be smart with your money. Speaking of building new things, the guys are back working on the shop. So let's go over a little shop update. I guess they're getting the other side of the building on now. So an update on the shop. The metal guys have been in here. They've been putting all these side things on. This is basically frames in the garage doors, and this is what the wall attaches to. While it doesn't look as visually impressive as the main beams going on, the roof going on, this is still a lot of work. They were on a days off for about a week or two, so that did affect some of the productivity, but that's all planned. We got all of these guys on the side. I forgot what you call them. Somebody in the comment section, what do you call these things that attach to the side? I know they said it, I'm just dumb. But we got them on here. The next thing that goes on is the insulation and the siding. Then we'll be ready to start putting in garage doors. Then Rob, who has been working on the floor, will get ready for concrete. Rob's gonna show you what he's doing for all the concrete work, the drainage here in a little minute. I think we're still on track for an April, May move in. So I'm happy. Let me know, should we have just hired a contractor to come in and do it? Should we have built a new shop? Or should I have bought an old log loader and reclaimed that mill building to save some money? There's two different ways of looking at it. I want to know your feedback in the comments. And if you guys want to go in more in depth, make sure you check out our podcast. It's on Apple and Spotify. We go into a lot more in depth on what we're doing and everything there. Anyways, thanks for watching.